barrier down at the bottom of the Caulfield Straight. They come up the straight the first time, and then there's a lap to go, and then about 2 minutes and 26 seconds after they jump, we'll know who's won the 1995 Caulfield Cup. The latest tote prices, the Phantom Chance is still at 25 to 1. It's All in Fun is about 8.5 to 1 now, $9.50. 16 to 1 for Alcove. All our mob showing $10.20, just over 9 to 1. 10.50 for Starstruck. Prataris Bay is at $11. 25 to 1 Count Chivas. 50 to 1 Oppressor. Doremus at $10.10, just over 9 to 1. Double Take is 100 to 1 chance. 40 to 1 for Yes Indeed. Fewer Chosen at 25 to 1, almost out to 30 to 1, about 29 to 1 now. Pindi TAB number 13 is at 40 to 1. Unsolved is out from 15 to 2 to 8 to 1, showing at $9. 16 to 1 Bow Art. 10 to 1 now for Waikika Mukau. Love Dance, the Kiwi mare, is at 16 to 1, and $7.80 for Electronic, just a little bit better than 13 to 2 or 6.5 to 1. Well, as we look back up the straight, there are the horses behind the barrier, and they're ready to go in for the race of their lives. Gary Willits.
Well, there's Doremus going in now, number 9. Should be well ridden by Damien Oliver. It's interesting the way they start these stalls now, Ken. They move them out a little bit. They used to have a real bottle up coming to the winning post the first time.
Yeah, there's Starstruck going forward now. Starstruck, as we've told you, is from Perth. Trained by Mrs. Kay Miller, managed by her husband John Miller, and ridden by her son Mark Miller. Electronics in, they're all ready. Oops, no they're not. Prataris Bay is going forward there now, and he's second last. The last one's just joining them now, and they're ready to run in the 1995 Caulfield Cup. Here's John Russell.
Has been racing below par at recent appearances. Double Take still out of line. Pindi goes in. The Phantom Chance coming up. And now Oppressor is ready, and they look to be set. The 1995 Foster's Caulfield Cup. Already, they're off. Great start. All our mob the first to jump out. It's All in Fun of the roar of the crowd. Began very quickly, and Love Dance is prominent. Doremus and Count Chivas is dropping back on the inside with Oppressor. And Yes Indeed up in the firing line early with Fewer Chosen, and very deep as Alcove, and Starstruck is just in behind the leading bunch. Electronic caught about 4 deep as they passed the judgment, run towards the turn of the straight, and they were being followed then by Unsolved, who's over on the outside of Doremus, a length and a half further back to Waikika Mukau. In behind them is Pindi on the rails, being followed by Bow Art. Prataris Bay's got back to third last. Count Chivas is second last, and the Phantom Chance is last of all. They sweep along the side. Fewer Chosen takes up the running, leads a half length to Electronic, a half length away the inside of Oppressor, and there's Double Take taking off around them and looking for the leader, and a length and a half further back is Alcove on the outside of Love Dance. A length away then over on the outside, Yes Indeed. All our mob is on the rail centre field. Unsolved is 3 deep, a length to Starstruck on the outside of Doremus, followed by It's All in Fun. Waikika Mukau is in behind them. Prataris Bay is racing deep, followed by Bow Art from Pindi, and the Phantom Chance is second last, and Count Chivas is last of all. They're racing up the hill, and the leader is Double Take, a length of Oppressor over on the inside of Fewer Chosen. 2 lengths away Electronic, a half length to Love Dance as they race over the hill, a length and a half to Alcove. All our mob on the inside, and they were being followed closely by Unsolved, a length to Yes Indeed, taking closer order. Over on the inside, It's All in Fun. Doremus is back behind them, followed by Prataris Bay. Starstruck over on the outside of Waikika Mukau, followed by Bow Art. The Phantom Chance third last with Pindi, and Count Chivas is last of all. On the railway side, 850 to run. Double Take the leader. Fewer Chosen moving up to tackle him, a length away. Electronic into the picture also, followed by Alcove. Love Dance is over on the inside. All our mob is gaining ground. They're followed by Waikika Mukau. A bit further back there is Prataris Bay, and Bow Art is around the outside. Starstruck's a long way back, and then It's All in Fun over on the inside, and Count Chivas right around the outside, and they're packed right up in the cup as they make the home turn. Fewer Chosen tackled by Unsolved the outside, and Bow Art is joining in. Very deep is Count Chivas, and they're followed by Double Take as they straighten up from Doremus at the top of the straight. 350 to go, and over on the outside, the Western Australian mare Bow Art has hit the front, tackled by Count Chivas. They're clear from Fewer Chosen. Love Dance back behind them. Electronic and Prataris Bay. Count Chivas on the outside takes the lead. Doremus is flying. Doremus on the inside. Doremus wins the cup from Count Chivas. Ahead away third Bow Art. Then Prataris Bay. Love Dance followed by Fewer Chosen. Electronic back behind them. Yes Indeed. The Phantom Chance. Waikika Mukau. It's All in Fun, and further back Double Take, followed by Oppressor, Pindi, Unsolved, Starstruck, and the last home is All Our Mob.
A great ride by Damien Oliver, a great training performance by Lee Freedman to give him his third Caulfield Cup. And number 9, Doremus, is going to pay $9.80 the win and $3.90 the place. Second, the New Zealand roughie, Count Chivas, will pay $7.90, and third, Boart, to pay $5.60. As we pick them up now, Count Chivas just got to Boart. Now Doremus is coming back inside them, and Doremus just went home too well for the two visitors. Damien Oliver getting to him, his neck stretched, and Doremus wins the Caulfield Cup. No doubt about the placings. Doremus, Count Chivas, Boart, Prataris Bay will be officially fourth, and here's the head-on. Doremus has got a white face, blue and pink colours, and the two horses outside him in the very dark colours is Boart, and whiter still in the red cap is Count Chivas. An exciting race, Gary Willits.
Oh, tremendous, and gee, it was a great ride, Ken. Damien Oliver waited and waited, where some of these boys certainly went a bit sooner. That charge around that home corner, and he just waited back there. It's a tremendous ride.
Yeah, great Group 1 trainer, Lee Freedman. There's his brother Richard there with the owners of Doremus. They're all very, very excited, and well they might be. As we said earlier, he won a welter, the last race on the program on this day last year. Now he's taken the big one, the $1 million Foster's Caulfield Cup, Group 1 of 2,400 metres, and there he is. And Michael Maher is over with the connections. Take it away, Michael.
Early, and now he's gone back over to Flemington.
Richard Freeman.
It's fantastic.
Richard Freeman.
The Freeman brothers.
Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. It's been great. You know, we had him here early.
Well done, mate.
Well done, mate. Hey? Well done.
You trained him early and Lee took over?
Yeah, he took over when he came back, and you know, it's all come together for this horse.
Nothing surprises you about this horse?
Yeah, everything surprises me about this horse. I never get sick of this.
Congratulations.
Thanks for that.
And the man you saw that Richard Freedman hugged there was his younger brother Michael, one of the fabulous Freedman brothers. And I'm sure they'll all give a big cheer. They'll have a big drink tonight too, I'd say, Simon.
They certainly will, Kenny. I might tug on their coattails later, quid each way on Doremus, and I'm a happy man. But Damien Oliver, fair dinkum, you put pressure on him, he only gets better, doesn't he, Gary?
Just incredible. Like, here's a great shot of it here. That's Doremus with the white blaze there. Count Chivas right on the outside. And Boart, that was a very good run of hers. But Damien's just a tremendous rider. He just keeps coming up. There's Doremus coming back to scale there with Damien Oliver on board.
The amazing part about him, it was only his 15th race start today. He's won 6 out of 15, and he's a 5-year-old. The boys have had a lot of troubles with him, Simon, but they got him right on the right day.
They certainly did. Not a lot of things have been going right for the Freedman camp in the last month or so. They've had a lot of good horses that have become injured and not taken part in the Spring Carnival. By gee, they haven't lost their concentration on preparing Group 1 winners, and this is one of the major races of the spring, and it's in their camp.
Well, it's a great triumph for him, Simon, because to have 3 runs and to be able to get the horse fit to run, you know, the hardest 2,400 metre race in the country.
Certainly, and I suppose reminiscent of Paris Lane last year. He shot out of the middle of the pack there not long after the corner last year with the same jockey on board, Damien Oliver, and he's a fair dinkum little champ, and so's the horse.
I wouldn't mind swapping bank accounts with him, Simon. Damien Oliver, by gee, he's had a big period. He's at what, Gary, only about 23 now, isn't he?
Yeah, incredible. You know, it's you know, the races he's won and everything, but he's one of the few jockeys nowadays that still goes to the track all the time, rides a lot of work, and really puts in, so everything he gets he deserves.
They say it's the hardest handicap to win, but I just had a feeling a lot of jockeys went early, Simon, and Oliver played the waiting game.
Exactly, and look, I suppose that's a sign of a good jockey, and as he comes back to scale, there it is, the little surfy hairdo on the little bloke.
He needs a haircut, son.
Well, he stood up in the irons last year. He was absolutely pooped, he was, because he had to get down to weight. He'd spent a month off. He had to get down to weight. He rode about 4 winners on Caulfield Cup days. Up in the irons again there now, and why wouldn't he be happy? He'll be able to get on his surfboard there tomorrow morning and enjoy every bit of that big white surf. He goes down to Bowen Heads, and he'll probably even shout himself a new board, Ken.
I reckon he might, but going on this weather, he's a braver man than me if he gets in the surf tomorrow morning. Doremus back to scale. We've seen the Freedman brothers there. Lee will come to join Damien as Anthony Freedman there, another one of the brothers, helps unsaddle. That's Anthony's head there, helping unsaddle Doremus. We saw Michael hugging older brother Richard earlier, and Lee, the boss of the group, he'll be there in a moment. Simon, I think that's about all we can say.
It is about all we can say. Well, I've got a dinner date with them tonight, and I don't reckon they'll now keep it. They can go out and celebrate. I wonder if there's any celebrations going on like there is here at the Adelaide Oval, and it's back to Richie Benaud.
No such celebrations here, Simon, but a great call of the Melbourne Cup. The Caulfield Cup dividends, they're Victorian dividends. Doremus 980 and 390. Count Chivas 790 and Beau Art 560. Nice dividends there. If you're on them, 9, 7 and 15 the numbers.
We go to Randwick for race 6. It's the Tattersalls Club Handicap over 2,400 metres. Here's your caller, Johnny Tapp.
Thanks, Ian. Last horse moves in. Noisy Pier goes up on the outside of the field, and they're all set for City Tats Club Cup in very gloomy conditions at Royal Randwick as the starter comes over to release the field. Western approaches the inside runner. Pop's Dream in gate 2. Extreme outside, Noisy Pier. They're off. Good start, came out in a nice even line. Stand and Cheer, one of the early leaders. Kay Cornet is being ridden for the lead. Pop's Dream is away quickly. So as Western Approaches at the judge. Kay Cornet has rushed up now to take a narrow lead over Western Approaches. In third place, Stand and Cheer, followed by Pop's Dream. Irish Wrought on the fence. JBC 3 deep going out of the straight on the outside of Legs Ahoy. Wings on track behind those on the fence, followed by Don Carlos and Nasabidi, and out the back is Noisy Pier. Down the side they go to the 1,800 metres mark, and Kay Cornet crossed and took over. Now that he's been fired up, he wants to race. He's got the head up in the air, Kay Cornet, taking a bit of settling. He's 2 lengths in front of Western Approaches, a bit more than a length to Pop's Dream on the inside of Stand and Cheer. A length and a half to JBC, lobbing along with the head low on the outside of Irish Wrought, followed by Don Carlos 3 deep around Legs Ahoy and Wings on track. 2 lengths away, Nasabidi and a half to Noisy Pier on the outside as they swing into the back straight, approaching the 1,400 mark, and Kay Cornet the leader. Western Approaches second. They're going a very good gallop in City Tats Cup. Pop's Dream is third. Ahead away, Stand and Cheer, given the run of the race by Leanne Olsen. 2 to Irish Wrought, followed by JBC. Wings on track, Don Carlos, and then Legs Ahoy and Nasabidi and Noisy Pier are the joint tail enders as they leave the 1,200 behind them. Western Approaches made a quick move now. Western Approaches raced up to take the lead from Kay Cornet, and they're really going hard on the top turn. In third place, Stand and Cheer, getting a lovely run on the outside of Pop's Dream. 2.5 to JBC, followed by Irish Wrought. Don Carlos 3 deep and has been from the outset, followed by Legs Ahoy. Further back, Wings on track, and then Noisy Pier and Nasabidi last in a packing field. At the 800 mark, Kay Cornet has called it a day. Western Approaches is in front now, but Stand and Cheer is after him quickly. Pop's Dream is tracking into third place, followed by Irish Wrought, and then JBC. Legs Ahoy working into the race, still about 6 lengths off the lead as they come to the turn, and well back, Wings on track, followed by Don Carlos and Nasabidi. Heads a turn for home. Western Approaches has gone, and Stand and Cheer swept to the lead. Stand and Cheer in front as they turn for home. His stablemate Pop's Dream is after him. 2.5 lengths away, Don Carlos, as they come to the top of the rise, and Pop's Dream has dashed to the front. Pop's Dream, full of running, is cleared out now from Stand and Cheer. Legs Ahoy is whacking away on the outside, but it's all Pop's Dream. This little mare is relishing the ground, and Pop's Dream, with Nathan Stanley brandishing the persuader, is racing away in the last bit and is going to win City Tats Cup very easily over Legs Ahoy. Stand and Cheer third, Wings on track fourth, fifth Noisy Pier. A long way back then is Irish Wrought, followed by Western Approaches, Nasabidi, Kay Cornet. JBC second last, and tailed off is Don Carlos.
Well, Pop's Dream travelling very easily there at Randwick in the heavy going. Not quite so heavy the going here at Adelaide Oval, but
Pop's Dream, number 8, 650 and 210. So some good dividends today in the wet Sydney and New South Wales. Quite heavy conditions for the horses. The rain continued.
Johnny Tapp's your caller for the City Tats Lightning Handicap 1,000 metres.
Thank you, Richie. In very gloomy weather at Royal Randwick in Sydney. Starters onto his stand, and they're all set for City Tats Lightning Handicap. Ready to run, stalls open, they're off. Good start. Silver Flyer might have been a shade tardy. Brawny Spirit is away like a rocket from a wide gate. Pimpala Patch, Inroads is scorching through, and so is Aussie Cozzy as they go to the 800 mark. Krista right behind the leading division, followed by Avulsion, and then Sword, Marwina. Wide Berth, Magic Winner well back in the field, followed by Garran and Cross Swords, and Silver Flyer last after a tardy start. To the turn, Inroads led about 3/4 to Aussie Cozzy. 3 lengths away, Krista, Pimpala Patch, Brawny Brawny Spirit, hard ridden, followed by Sword and then Restive, and well back as they turn is Avulsion with Magic Winner. Inroads a mile in front coming over the rise. He's revelling in the heavy ground, led by about 4 to Aussie Cozzy. Krista. Sword is running on, followed by Brawny Spirit, but Inroads well clear past the 200 from Aussie Cozzy. Sword in the bright pink colours starting to run on very strongly. This leader is shortening stride as they get near home. Inroads, look at Sword. Sword is going after him. He's charging through on the inside and got him. Sword has given the leader a big start and got up to beat him about a neck. Garron's in a photo for third with Aussie Cozzy, and Silver Flyer made up many lengths, followed by Pimpala Patchmar Wiener, then Brawny Spirit, Wide Berth Christo, Restive, Avulsion, Magic Winner and Cross Swords last in the Lightning.
Good mud runner Sword, and he's come up on top there in the City Tats Lightning Handicap over 1,000 metres. Thanks for the call there for Johnny Tapp. We're going to take a break here at the Adelaide Oval.